What is up, everybody? Jesse with Jesse's Performance here, back at it on the split bumper. Today I am going to be shaving the rest of the firewall and the cowl. As you can see, we've done the AC delete and bulkhead on the firewall, but with this new build that we're doing, we want to have it completely nice and smooth and straight and happy. So I'm going to get that piece welded and ground and bodywork and completely primed so we can get it painted. I'm excited to show you guys the new color going on this car. It's really off the wall, but I think it's going to complement everything we're doing very nicely. You've seen me make my template, you've seen me transfer it to here. Now we're gonna move over to the bandsaw, and hopefully the blade I have will cut this. If not, we're gonna have to do a bunch of cutoff wheel stuff, which I don't wanna do, but we will if we have to. And I actually might end up cutting this off right here and making it two pieces, just to make it easier to deal with. So let's give this a shot. Alright, so I have this panel all stitch welded in. Came out pretty nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this filler I got here, some 3M stuff, and I'm just gonna go around the edges. I sanded all the edges to make sure it's good. I'm gonna go around all the edges and just lightly fill that to make it not have a harsh edge, and then I'll sand that flat, and then I'll be able to prime this bad boy. First coat of filler primer on here. It looks pretty good. It does look like I'm gonna have to touch up this spot here with some glaze. So, no big deal. I'll put a couple more coats on it just so I have plenty of blocker room, but other than that, this looks pretty dang good. I might also flatten this out a little bit with some glaze. There's still room for improvement on this thing, but as far as first coat goes, it's really good. And then this up here, I actually am gonna seam seal that just so that is watertight. And we did it all the way across the rest of this year. All right, it is day 2 working on this firewall. I left it primed last night to dry. Today I'm gonna wet sand it. I'm probably gonna use about some 320, wet sand it, get it nice and flat, and see what we have to glaze, if anything. Then we can spot prime that. So let's get after it. it down. I got the wipers out. I did put some spot prime back on it a little bit here. That's just over my bare metal areas. I am gonna seal this. The sealer should have covered that, but I don't want any imperfections. I mean, this paint's like, I don't know, $1,500 or $1,600 a gallon, so I don't want to mess around with that at all. So I'm happy with how things are. I did bag the car off. Not that that matters because we're going to be painting the car, but it just saves the mess in the meantime. And I will wet this floor and obviously bag all that stuff. So I'm just about to lay down my black sealer. So basically what a sealer is, it goes between the primer and the paint, and it just makes sure you got a nice uniform surface. It'll also show you any problems if you're gonna have problems before you put your expensive base coat on. Now, you could use a cheap black base coat, but it ain't gonna have the same sealing property as a surfacer sealer. Some people call it surfacers, some people call it sealers, but I just say sealer. So basically what it's gonna do is gonna give us a nice black uniform surface to put our color onto. I choose black for most of our colors, even though, I mean, we don't use a lot of typical colors like your factory cars have. We use like House of Color and that kind of thing, all the candy bases. So we want the dark undertone. So in the dark, the color is darker, but when the sun shines, it pops a little more. Little trick for you guys there. But some colors will tell you specifically to use a light gray or white sealer or base underneath the color, and that just helps with coverage and blending and that kind of thing. So if you're not doing a complete job, don't do that. Just do what you're supposed to do. But if you're doing a complete job and you want a little different effect with the normal color that you're using, use a black or different colored undertone and it'll change it a little bit. So there you go. Let's get this base on here. So I got the black sealer on there. I'm real happy with it. It looks really good. I'll stop this, flip the camera around so I can show you guys, but this stuff looks good. And if this looks good, the paint's gonna look good and the clear's gonna look even better. There it is, it looks good. And keep in mind it's drying in, so it's gonna look blotchy a little bit on the firewall. But you can see like there's no bodywork issues. You can look down at the panels, they're nice and flat. How you want it to look. So that way when we put the color on there, we know we're not going to have any sort of bugs, any sort of issues. Like I said, the floor is giving it a weird glare. All right, it has come time to put on some of this fancy new green. That's right. The split bumper that was dark khaki is now going some Ferrari European green. So it's a beautiful color. It's got like a gold tint to it. It's almost like we painted Kyle's Durham, but it's just, I don't know, maybe a little brighter. We'll see once we get it put on here, but I bet it's really close in the sunlight. So here we go. Alright, so taking and letting this dry down, you can see it is just absolutely beautiful. It went on flawlessly. I can't be any happier about the way it looks. So now I'm going to take, I got a special flat clear I'm going to put over top of this. Let me see what that looks like, and hopefully the customer likes it, because he chose it to be a flat color. It's like 2 in the morning. The fog's kind of clearing out a little bit in here. But I got the clear coat, the special clear on this thing, the flat clear deal. It's still drying in. I'm probably gonna leave it till morning to really mess with it. But I can see that it's drying in a little bit. As you can see, it's kind of getting flatter. It uses less activator than normal. It's like a 6-to-1 deal instead of a 4-to-1 deal. So it's gonna take a lot longer for it to dry. So I think I'm just gonna leave the fan on it overnight, let it dry. And we'll see what it looks like in the morning. So Hopefully I don't come in and it's just like the paint's like dripping off of it or something stupid because we had a reaction or something dumb, because that's always a possibility when you're mixing like these, you know, different materials trying to get these effects. This stuff is all the same brand. It should sing. It's mixed by the same guy. It was recommended by the same people. You know, Ferrari licenses it to be their repair color and choice of material for the United States. So hopefully it's good. But that's it for tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, it's the morning after I shot this thing, and as you can see, the clear coat turned out awesome, just like we wanted. A nice, good, flat clear. Unfortunately, it hides some of the beauty of the color in the wrong light, but I think that's kind of what we're after. Is, you know, you got to look at it right to see the true beauty. All right, everybody, that's it for this video, but stay tuned for more progress on the split bumper Camaro and all of our other projects. Oh, the dog's trying to get me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the bell, leave a comment, do all that good stuff. Let us know what you think. We're trying hard to get better at this, so help us grow.